What have Kim Jong-un, the Terminator, and the FTSE 100 got in common? Well, the North Korean dictator, the film that turned Arnold Schwarzenegger into a superstar, and the UK's best-known stock market index have all turned 30 this year. There's doubt as to when Kim Jong-un was born, and obviously, being a cyborg, the Terminator wasn't really born at all. There's no such confusion over the Footsie, however. The index was launched on 3rd of January 1984 by the Footsie Group, a joint venture between the Financial Times and the London Stock Exchange. It's now wholly owned by the exchange. The aim was to measure the collective share performance of the 100 biggest companies on London's stock market. From a start of 1,000 points, the index rose in stops and starts and reached 6,750 by the end of 2013. That's a gain of 575%. Put another way, at launch, the 100 stocks had a combined value of around £160 billion. By December 2013, that had soared to £1.9 trillion. But that doesn't measure the total value created by the stock market. If you add the dividends paid by the country's biggest companies over the years, you get a total growth of 1,280%. That demonstrates the power of reinvesting income to boost the total investment return. To give that some context, the US S&P 500 index did even better. But Japan's Topix index generated just 182% for British investors, an awful return for such a long period. The FTSE 100 has had its ups and downs, of course. Although it doesn't look big on the chart, the slump around the Black Monday crash in October 1987 was an early test for the FTSE 100, as share prices were temporarily flattened by a slowing world economy and tensions between Iran and the US. The bursting of the dot-com bubble in 2000 and 2001 saw markets fall as investors dumped overvalued technology stocks. The slide was worsened by security fears following the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York. The financial crisis from 2008 to 2009 was another dark period for the FTSE 100. Between the bailout of Northern Rock and an emergency G20 summit in April 2009, the stock market was shaken to its roots, reaching a low of 3,529. Shortly after that, it started to rally, although to date the index still hasn't regained its all-time high of 6,950, which it hit on 30th December 1999. There are times when the FTSE 100 can yo-yo up and down alarmingly. Strange as it may seem, 7 of the FTSE's 10 biggest one-day rises occurred in 2008, the index's worst ever year when it tumbled by a third. Not surprisingly, 5 of the 10 biggest one-day falls also took place that year. The trick of investing is not to be put off by the falls and to hang on, because things usually turn out for the better. However, although the long-term direction of the FTSE 100 has been up, there's also been a great deal of change in the components of the index. Back in January 1984, Conservative leader Margaret Thatcher was 6 months into her second term as Prime Minister. On the top 40, Paul McCartney's Pipes of Peace displaced Flying Picket's Only You as number 1. There has been a similar displacement at the top of Britain's stock market. The original FTSE 100 lineup shows many companies that are long gone as a result of a bewildering number of mergers and takeover deals. Just 30 of the original 100 companies remain in today's FTSE 100. If you've money in a fund investing in the UK, then you're an indirect shareholder in these companies. Just don't necessarily expect them all to be around in the next 30 years.